To make my site look better, I'm going to add Bootstrap. Go to getbootstrap.com and click on Getting Started. From the right-hand menu, click Examples, and go to the Bootstrap theme example. I'm going to make my project's homepage look like this. So right-click and hit View Page Source, and select all of this code, and then copy it all. Open Sublime Text and open base.html. Below this closing HTML tag, paste all the copied code in. Then just for now, cut everything from line 19 to 1 and click Save. I'm going to run my server. Type python manage.py run server, and I'll go to this IP address. This is Bootstrap's example code, but the CSS is not coming through. Open base.html and hit Command Z to undo the cut. Cut the link for main.css on line 7, scroll down, and paste it below theme.css. Save base.html and refresh the home page. Since main.css is being linked in, the red color change is coming through. Go back to base.html. I don't have bootstrap.min.css or bootstrap theme.min.css. To get Bootstrap CSS, go back into Chrome and go back to the View Page source code for Bootstrap theme example. On line 14, click bootstrap min.css. This is Bootstrap's core CSS. To add the CSS to the project, hit File, Save Page As, and save this in the CSS directory as bootstrap.min.css. Go back to View Page Source, and I'm going to do the same thing for bootstrap theme.min.css. So click on that, hit File, Save Page As, and save this in the CSS folder too. Okay, now I have bootstrap.min.css and bootstrap theme.min.css. I'm going to add the CSS to the project. Go into Sublime Text. Now that I have these files saved locally, I need to link to them in base.html. So on line 34, I'm going to copy this href from 40 and paste it in. And then I'm just going to change this to cut bootstrap.min.css, paste it in for main. Alright, just like main.css, I'm now linking bootstrap.min.css into base.html. I'm going to do the same thing for bootstrap theme.min.css. So just copy, including the single quotes, everything from href. I'm just going to paste it in, and I'm going to cut bootstrap.theme.css and replace that with bootstrap.min.css. And then delete that. Okay, now bootstrap.min.css and bootstrap.theme.css is being linked into base.html. This link is going into static, CSS, and I'm linking them in. Save base.html. I need to collect my static files again. So open terminal and quit the server. Run python manage.py collect static. Type yes, and I can see my two static files were copied. Remember, collecting static files ensures that all of my CSS will be displayed. Run the server again. Go back into your Chrome, go back to the home page, and hit refresh. All the styles are coming through. I'm going to change where this h1 tag is being rendered. Open base.html, copy block content, or just cut block content, and scroll down to below the Jumbotron, and I'll render the block there. Then I don't need the rest of this anymore, but keep load static, but delete from line 2 to line 17, and save base.html. Refresh the home page. This page is starting to look exactly like Bootstrap's example. But the navbar drop-down button on my page is not working. Open base.html and scroll down to the bottom. These are the links for the project's JavaScript. On line 639, jQuery.min.js is already being delivered through a CDN network. A CDN stands for a Content Delivery Network. This means the file is stored by another server at this address, and it's rendered into my project from this address. So I don't need to store this file locally. However, I need to locally save bootstrap.min.js and docs.min.js. Before I do that, open your project, and I'm going to create a new folder. Go into static, and inside static, create a folder, call it JS. Go back into Chrome, and go back to and view the page source code again for the example code. Scroll down to the bottom of this view page source code and click on bootstrap.min.js on line 636. Hit File, Save Page As, save this in the JS directory, go back to view source code, and click on docs.min.js. Click File, Save Page As, and also save this in the JS directory. Open base.html, and I need to change the source code. So bootstrap.min.js is rendered. So make source equal to double quotes, brackets, open a curly bracket, %, static, single quote, js / bootstrap.min.js, and then put another %, and close the curly bracket. And I need to do the same thing, but for docs.min.js. So I'll just copy and paste this in, and then delete that. Save base.html. Go back to Chrome and refresh the home page. Oh, I made a mistake. Go back into Sublime Text. Oh, I forgot a single quote. Here and here. Coding is all about the details. And it's .js. Mistakes happen. Save base.html and refresh the home page. To see all my JavaScript is coming through, click Control, and I'll view page source. I'll scroll to the bottom and click on bootstrap.min.js. Okay, great, that's being rendered. And click on docs.min.js, that's being rendered too. Okay, now let's test this out. Bootstrap has made this page responsive. So if you make the window size smaller, the navbar collapses at a certain window size. I'll talk more about Bootstrap later. In this tutorial, I introduced you to Twitter Bootstrap, and I applied it to the Django project. See you in the next video.